There's more. This full moon eclipse that we're having is an eclipse trigger point for the East Coast, the Washington, D.C. area, because the sun and moon are at 27 degrees Taurus and Scorpio. Here we have, this was the partial eclipse on January 5th. Kind of, eclipse to me is kind of the one that set the tone for the ending for Donald. We kind of had the preview of it. It really hit us on the January 21st eclipse, and we've been shaken out from that for like the past month or so. Well, especially since the 5th. Look here. The ascendant over here is 28 degrees Leo. Donald's ascendant is 29 degrees Leo. So this partial eclipse lined up with his natal chart. And that's another reason why I knew it was the end for him, the beginning of the end through this eclipse process. So we have the sun and moon, the full moon eclipse is going to trigger this. It's going to trigger Donald's ascendant, his sun, his heart. He's got to watch his heart. And also his Pluto, or is it his Mars? I forget which one of one of them is at 10 Leo, the other one's at 26 Leo. Those are his power planets. His, like, you know, when he gets in his weird addictions and fantasies and his propensity for the opposite sex and just being grabby, obsessed, that's where that comes from. I think, I can't remember if it's Mars or Pluto, but anyway, that planet is 26 degrees. So this full moon is like splitting Donald's ascendant from his power planet, because the power planet is at 26 degrees, the full moon is at 27 degrees, the ascendant of this eclipse is 28 degrees, and Donald's ascendant is 29 degrees. This is another thing where you can't go back. We've already gone, and this is another thing that is just going to whack at him. The top of his chart is 22 degrees Taurus. This full moon full moon in Taurus tomorrow is taking place in his 10th house of highest achievement. So Saturn for him is going to have an extra effect on him, not for everybody else unless they have a similar chart, but he's getting hit on so many fronts right now, it's unbelievable. And then when the sun goes into Gemini, hold on to your butts. We're going to have about a week to 10 days to just kind of acclimate to it, and then get ready, because that's another doozy January 21st eclipse shakeup. And how could I miss this nugget? I'm so consumed with the ascendant and the midheaven. Look, January 5th, where this partial eclipse was. Look at what's at 28 degrees Scorpio. Venus. This is going to feel like this week is going to be a crazy week again, because we're not having an eclipse. We are definitely triggering eclipses, and we are stirring up the energy, and Donald is getting a jolt from it, and its ripple effects are going to feel it throughout the country. I'm almost concerned that this is really going to hit our economy too, as I think about it, because things have been so wobbly. I would expect news on the front of our economy. And nugget number 2 that I missed. Right now, Mars, the warrior planet. Oh God, make that number 3 I missed. Mars activates things. That's like the trigger when you pull the trigger on the gun. I wish I had a different analogy. But anyway, right now, Mars is over here at about 1 degree Cancer. That's what's giving women more power to fight back. It's energizing the country, USA, because Mars is back in her home sign of Cancer, and she can defend herself. But holy crap, you guys, look what's at 1 degree Capricorn. Mercury. That's news, media, documents, communications. Then Saturn, oh my gosh, is all the way back at 11 degrees Capricorn. That is opposite USA Sun. So if it feels like Saturn has been bearing down on the soul of this country, like we just cannot get a reprieve and we're kind of drowning, that's why. That is from this eclipse. Because also you have the sun and the moon conjunct opposite the sun, USA sun. So we are finally going to get a breath of fresh air. It's like we've been being held underwater for so long and we've had no defenses. We're getting our defenses back and we're fighting back, but look at what we're fighting back against. All of this. And Saturn, Pluto, this is what's been kind of wreaking havoc on our government structure for like the past, since '08 when Pluto went into Capricorn. That's what the Republicans have been, to me, represents the Republicans kind of stirring up anti-American destructive tendencies. And it seems like, I'm going off on a tangent here, but it seems like Russia's active measures and infiltrating GOP, you can trace that back to like 2008, 2009, 2010. And in this chart, we also have Mars, 3 degrees Aries. So Mars is fighting Mars, fighting Mercury, Saturn, Moon, Sun, Pluto. It's gonna be it's gonna be difficult. So hold on, you guys. So you can pay attention to my media and all the tarot readers, but seriously, you're gonna want to kind of like step back and kind of batten down the hatches and, you know, maybe conserve your energies. Maybe be a little bit more conservative and thoughtful in what you're doing and how you're spending your money and your resources.